Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today proudly by boohooMAN. I'm rocking my boohooMAN here. Thanks to boohooMAN for sponsoring. Now listen, you can get up to 10% off any of their summer wear. And they've got a great range. We was rocking a lot of it over there in Florida last week. All you got to do is use the code AFTV10. Use the code AFTV10. Click the link in the description. You get all the information there, and you can get up to 10% off anything at boohooMAN. Just before I start the show as well today, got to say rest in peace going out to Arsenal legend Terry Neill, who played for the club over 270 times as a player, also managed the club as well. Famously took Arsenal to 3 successive FA Cups, winning the FA Cup in 1979. Sadly passed away yesterday, age 80. Was a great manager. Had players like Liam Brady playing under him. Really was a fantastic manager. Managed to meet him once as well. Rest in peace to an absolute Arsenal legend, and I'm sure they'll do something for him tomorrow as way of tributes at the Emirates Cup, which of course, as we know, is going to be taking place tomorrow. Arsenal going to be playing in that game, rocking the brand new pink kit that they've got, and we're going to be interested to see who runs out onto that pitch. I'm looking forward to seeing Jesus again, Saliba again, and I'm sure the fans over here are going to be loving watching them live. It's going to be the first game that, English fans get to see Arsenal play at this summer, because obviously we've been on tour all around the place, in America, in Germany, so it's good for them to be back on home soil ahead of that big game at next week, Friday, against Crystal Palace away. Tough one, really, really tough one, but we can do it. One player who's not going to be featuring tomorrow and won't feature next week is Nuno Tavares, said to be having a medical today at Marseille, not Atalanta. Atalanta was the club that's been in for him the hardest, and there's been several clubs in for him. But the Atalanta deal, that fell through because Atalanta wanted a loan deal with an option to buy. Arsenal said, no, we don't want an option to buy, just a straight loan deal. So that fell apart, and Marseille have come in, and he's going to be going over to Marseille. Can he repeat the trick that William Saliba's done, which is go away to Marseille, really make a name for yourself and come back a better player? Interesting that Arsenal didn't want to give him to Atalanta with the option to buy. That shows that Arsenal still saying, no, you know what, there's something in this player. We reckon he can go away, learn his trade, and come back a much better player. So this is I think if I was Nuno Tavares, I wouldn't be looking at this as, the end of my Arsenal career. I could be looking at this as a way to really propel yourself into that Arsenal team. So good luck to Nuno Tavares, who's joining Marseille on loan. Now, I've spoken about this one a couple of times, and that's Jarrod Bowen. Of course, he had a brilliant season last season for West Ham. Speaking to Nicky from West Ham Fan TV, Jarrod Bowen, like his favourite player. He was brilliant last season for them. Now, Arsenal have been linked with Jarrod Bowen several times this transfer window, and CBS News claims that Arsenal held a meeting with Jarrod Bowen's representatives about a possible £40 million move. Now, that's all they've said. They haven't said if there's interest there. I'm sure Jarrod Bowen would be tempted by a move to Arsenal, but the thing is, would West Ham sell their very best player? I mean, I think Mikel Antonio's up there, but Mikel Antonio's kind of getting a bit older now. But Jarrod Bowen's still young, a crowd favourite. I mean, that wouldn't go down well at West Ham. I know a lot of West Ham fans. They're not scared at making things very vocal to their boards. If that was to go down, they wouldn't be happy at all. But let's keep our eyes on that one, because, we know we were looking for Rafinha. The Rafinha thing fell through. Could it be Bowen as the alternative? Could Arsenal try and make a move? It's still a long time to go in the transfer window. Transfer window, of course, shutting on the 1st of September. Another player, this one was interesting, and this is Mauro Icardi. Now, Mauro Icardi, of course, centre forward who plays for PSG, now 29, Argentinian international. although hasn't played for them recently. Rumours were that Mauro Icardi was offered to Arsenal. PSG desperate to get him off their books. They offered him to Arsenal, but Arsenal turned it down. They're not interested in Mauro Icardi. Really interesting because a couple of seasons ago, I would have think universally a lot of Arsenal fans would be like, sign him up, Mauro Icardi, great striker. And he is a goal scorer, but it's just not happened for him at PSG. He always seems to come with a lot of baggage. He's got his really famous wife. And I don't know, 29 now, maybe I think that was a wise decision by Arsenal. But interesting that they turned down Mauro Icardi and, of course, went for Gabriel Jesus. And that was a very, very good decision. Paqueta, Lucas Paqueta, has become one of the most talked about people of this window, the Brazilian international who plays for Lyon. Calcio Mercato saying yesterday that another club now have emerged as a possible destination for Lucas Paqueta, and that is Everton. Everton, who started to get busy in the transfer market. Saw them, they got Dwight McNeil yesterday from Burnley. They're said to be interested in Lucas Paqueta as well. We know that Spurs are supposedly interested in him as well. Newcastle. And, of course, there's been the interest from Arsenal. I mean, there could be a bidding war on here if Arsenal are going to really go for Lucas Paqueta. The more this goes on, the more unlikely I'm starting to feel that Arsenal will make a move. And as I said, interestingly, the other day that, Edu said, listen, I like him as a player, but we've got no plans to go and get Lucas Paqueta. We've really got players who play in that position. So very, very interesting, and it'd be, to see what happens with that one. Now, this one today emerged. Timo Werner of Chelsea. We played against him last week. He looked anonymous in the game. He's had a hard time at Chelsea. Bought for big money. Come in there. It has just not worked out for Timo Werner. He's flopped, really. Let's just get straight to the point. He's been a flop at Chelsea, and been heavily linked with a move away. It's quite common knowledge that Chelsea would be up for offloading Timo Werner this summer. Now, according to a publication called Defensa Central, they claim that both Arsenal and Real Madrid are interested in the Chelsea flop. And yeah, he's available. I'd like to put it out there to you guys. Timo Werner, would you have him at Arsenal? I mean, listen, we've already got Gabriel Jesus. He'd cost at least about £30 million, I would have thought. Chelsea would be trying to recoup. I think they spent nearly £60 million on him. Not for me. I mean, I remember having an argument with Turkish because Turkish was saying to me, we should move for Timo Werner. I remember he said that probably about a couple of months ago. I nearly fell over when he said that. Since then, he's started to pull back on that one, saying that, especially after watching him in the flesh last week when we played Chelsea. Quick, dynamic player, but his finishing is nah. I just couldn't see Arsenal moving for Timo Werner. He hasn't done it in the Premier League. He's not a bad player. Let's be real. He's not a bad player, but he's just, as a centre forward, for me, just not clinical enough. And it's amazing because he came in with a massive reputation when Chelsea bought him from RB Leipzig, but just doesn't happen. But as I said, Defensa Central saying both Real Madrid and Arsenal interested in Timo Werner. So we'll see. And finally, Yuri Tielemans again. What's happening? Nothing. We haven't heard anything. There's a lot of reports out that terms have been agreed between Arsenal and his representatives. It's something that we've been reporting on for quite a while, but a lot of publications seeming to go with that today, that terms have been agreed between the representatives, but still no offer made by Arsenal for Yuri Tielemans. And I don't know why. Could they make a move next week before the season starts? That would be a weird one, because, the season's going to start for Leicester. Will he play Tielemans? And then Arsenal running the risk that if they do really want the man, suppose he gets injured or something. It's a bit of a strange one for me. That Arsenal, if they are that interested, haven't made a move for him. But again, we have to wait and see with interest how that one pans out. for Yuri Tielemans. Those are the rumours today. I'm looking forward to the Emirates Cup tomorrow to watch Arsenal. Going to be down there. There's going to be a lot of families there. I'm going to be down there with my kids. Can't wait to see Jesus and the guys in action. And once again, don't forget, if you want to get any stuff like this, the boohooMAN wear, they've got an excellent summer range. Click the link in the description. Use the code AFTV10 to get 10% off anything at boohooMAN. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.